They think it's this misunderstanding. They think you're tripping. No, baby, you was tripping when you tried me. Go away. But I caught that shade, baby. I just didn't have to match your energy. I'm not stupid. I saw it. Deal breakers. I heard it. It's okay to have high standards, but you do have to have boundaries that, cannot be exceeded. Because I don't want you are in the shelter watching this right now. I definitely want you to pick out your apartment and decorate it, okay? Make it happen for you, okay? And you're going to get your home, okay? Welcome to the Whole Lotta Woman Podcast, where we explore, explain, and discuss what makes us a whole lot of women in today's world. This is the second phase of the Becoming Her series. We are on the standard segment. So I want you guys to get your journals, get your pens, get your signature scent. I told you, Carolina Herrera blush is mine. Spray. Okay? And let's get started.
I won't be defined, stars are aligned. What's for me is mine. I'm a whole lot of woman. I'm a whole lot of.
All right, so let's get started. We started with her personal standard of living. So, what was her personal standard of living? All right, and I know you got that written down, so I want you to refer back to that. And then I want you to write down what your current personal standard of living is, okay? And then tell me, well, not tell me, but write down how they compare, or just how they compare, and how they contrast. Like, what is there a major difference? Is there a lot of elevation that needs to happen? And it's okay either way, but that's what I want you to document, okay? And what tools or steps do you need to take to elevate to that higher standard, okay? So right now, you could be having have a friend group that it's people that you might not need to hang around. So that leads me to our action item for this episode. Because don't forget, every episode I've been telling you for this phase, it's about taking action, and we're going beyond the journal and the pen and the videos, okay? So the action item for this segment is, I want you to name 2 standards that you can change today, that you have, okay? So that you can elevate today. So like I said, that's why I had you compare your standard of living to hers, because I wanted you to compare the 2 before you do this, okay? So now, out of your standards, I need you to figure out what 2 standards can you change and elevate. So change for the better. So, for example, it could be how you let people treat you. Like, you could be taking abuse from a significant other. You could be taking mistreatment or manipulation from friend groups. What are 2 standards that you want to change, okay? You could change, the type of people you hang around. You could change the type of places you go. You could change the type of information you intake online. You could change your social media strategy. Clean your social media up. It could be anything. Because cleaning up your social media is cleaning up that intake. So I've had friends tell me that they had to go on fast from social media because they found themselves being envious of other people. Like, when you get to a certain age sometimes, or a certain point in life, and you're ready to be married, and you looking on Facebook, and it seems like everybody's getting engaged every other week, everybody except you. She found herself feeling, envious, so she had to get off social media, because you don't want to just be sitting there hating on everybody. You remove yourself from the situation when you know it's you and not them, okay? And so that's what I want you to do as far as your action item for that part. And so the next thing I want you to consider is, are you happy with your current living conditions, or do you want more, okay? So it's one thing if you in your first apartment, like, for example, my niece, she had got in her first apartment. You know how you can be thankful for it wasn't her first, but it was her first apartment back out on her own in a long time, since she had her college apartments and stuff. So she had her first apartment, grateful for that. Everything is all good, and then after a while, that one kind of wear off. It's time to level up, okay? And so, are you in a spot where you're grateful for what you have, but you aspire for more? It's okay it's always okay to want more, to want better for yourself. setting a higher standard for yourself. That is totally okay. And be unapologetic about that. Okay? And so you could want just a luxury apartment. You could want a better home, a bigger home, a better neighborhood, just anything like that. So are you happy with your condition? Because you could be in your dream home right now. I don't know who's watching this. It's okay if you are already where you want to be, okay? But if you are not, where do you want to level up? So what do you want to aspire to? All right, so the action item for this segment is I want you to go window shopping for your dream home. Okay, so that could be a luxury apartment, that could be a house, it could be whatever, it could be your apartment for the next phase of your life. You could be in your first apartment now, and now you're looking for your next apartment. But I want you to go pick it out, go look at it, okay? Now, you don't have to physically go make a tour. I'm talking about pull it up. Look at the floor plan, get the price, screenshot it, save it, put it on your vision board. Give yourself something to aspire to, okay? Okay, this is the price point that I want to be able to afford when I do get my next apartment, because I want to be able to afford something of this caliber. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean. So we're taking action. That's just an inspired action that gives you something to hold on to, something tangible that you can go back and look at when it is time. If you want to, you can start decorating it in your mind. That's free. This stuff is free. So it doesn't matter where you're sitting. You could be sitting in the shelter right now watching this. Pick out your apartment, girl. That's how you manifest it, okay? Matter of fact, if you are in the shelter watching this right now, I definitely want you to pick out your apartment and decorate it, okay? Make it happen for you, okay? And you're going to get your home, okay? You're going to get a place to stay. But okay, and I want you to do the same thing with your car. Find your car, your dream car, the next car that you want to get after this one, if you're about to get paid off, or just the next one. I started visualizing my next car a couple of months after I got my car. So it's okay to dream big, dream for the next, ready, prepare yourself for the next level, okay? Because once I got this car and I started saying, okay, once I know I can get this, that means I know I can get the next thing. So let me start preparing myself. So once I saw that, let's say I want I want a drop top Benz for my next car. So that means credit got to be right, got to be maintained in the meantime, okay? Definitely have to maintain the credit in the meantime, because credit needs to be good for that. Income got to be good for that, okay? So that's what I mean. Go ahead and visualize it so okay, I got 5 years to do this. I got 6 years before it's time for me to have my credit right to move in here to do XYZ. Whatever it is for you. Your 2 action items are to go pick out your dream apartment and your dream car. Get yourself on Zillow, Apartment Finder, CarMax, whatever it is, okay? And pick out your stuff and set up your dream life. Give yourself something to aspire to, something to look at, something to uplift yourself about. Like I said, when you bored and you don't have nothing to do, pick out some furniture for your dream apartment. You ain't got to buy it. Well, so why you can't just pick it out? Do something. Put that on your manifestation list, your vision board. Create a little folder just for that, So I really, really want you to take these actions, because like I said, the more action you take, the closer you are to becoming her. Those are steps you are taking to becoming her. That's her apartment. That's her car. Okay? So if you want her to be straight like you saw her in your mind, you got to set her up for that. It's not going to just pop up. Like I keep saying in every episode, you're not going to, if you didn't go to sleep that girl, you're not going to wake up that girl. So you have to do the work. You got to build her, okay? Like you ain't going to just wake up that chick. I promise you, you're not. If you didn't go to sleep like that, okay? All right, so moving on to the next task, which is her personal relationship standards, okay? Now, this is about significant others. So, do you have a significant other? And if you do, are you happy? Does your significant other truly make you happy? Okay. What standards do you have that they meet? All right, write that down. And if you have any standards that they do not meet, write that down as well. And it's okay. Nobody's perfect. Okay, they might not meet every standard. Okay, but I do want you to make sure you understand there's a difference in, like, there's different standards could be weighted differently. You get what I'm saying? So I do need you to understand that nobody's perfect. So you're going to have certain standards in your mind. Nobody's going to check off everything on your list. I mean, great if they do. Great if they do. But nobody's perfect, okay? So just keep that in mind. So I want you to be realistic, okay? So, like, if it's one thing as a woman, you want to date a man that don't have kids, okay? It's one thing if you're saying that at 24, but it's another thing if you're saying that at 54. You get what I'm saying? Like, reality changes the older you get. There's going to be less chances of finding a man. You can't be 54, I promise you. Do not pigeonhole yourself by being 54 saying, I want a man that ain't got no kids and ain't never been married. Girl, what do you think is left out here? The players? The ones that scared of marriage? Okay? Like, is that what you want to? I don't think so. They're going to waste your time. So, be realistic about the standards you set. But it's totally okay to be unapologetic about your standards. Do not get me wrong. But I just want you to be realistic, okay? And so while we're talking about that, I want you to write down what are your deal breakers. Because it's okay to have high standards, but you do have to have boundaries that, you know, cannot be exceeded. Because I don't want you staying with somebody because they check 9 out of 10 boxes, but you on the other side, you being manipulated or abused in some kind of way, emotionally or physically or whatever, but they checking these other boxes. So what are your deal breakers? Because there have to be deal breakers, okay? You got to have boundaries, baby. And so I need you to be aware of what your deal breakers and boundaries are. So please write that down. Think about it. Write it down. And stand on business about them. Please, okay? So if it's a man can't hit you one time, stick to that one time, okay? And an action item, and this is a fun action item, I feel like, is I want y'all to take the love language quiz. All right. And if you already taken and you know what your love language is, that's cool. But if you have not, I want you to take the love language quiz. I'll put the link in the description for that. And that just helps you get an understanding of yourself going forward. And if you got a partner, have them take it too, okay? And me personally, my love language is words of affirmation, but the way I show love is gifts. Now, I don't know if the quiz tells you how you show love. I just know and everybody knows that's just how I show love, which is through gifts, okay? And so, yeah, but that'll help you understand yourself better and maybe going forward in a relationship, because I went to the seminar but from the author of the book. So he was explaining how important love languages are. He said this is the reason people could be married for 30 and 40 years and get divorced. They love each other, but they're showing each other love in different love languages. So, for example, like a woman, say he said like a couple was married for 30, 40 years, they in his office because he was a marriage counselor. And so he was like, the woman is saying, he don't show me no love. He don't show me no love. I feel like he don't, care about me or anything like that. He's saying, I do show her I love her. I cut the grass, I pay the bills, I XYZ, So he's showing his love with acts of service. But her love language the whole time might have been quality time, affection, attention. So all this is going over her head. All this love that he truly has and is trying to show her with everything he has is going clearly over her head, because it's not him watching TV with her. While he cutting grass outside, he's supposed to be sitting down watching TV. Now, until they understand what a love language is, they didn't know that that's where the disconnect is coming in. So use that to understand yourself better, understand your partner, and move forward, in life, and communicate your needs and communicate your standards going forward. So if you need quality time, you make sure you say that. So when somebody is trying to provide acts of service, like they trying to give you gifts, and in reality it's like, baby, I don't need you dropping off no gifts, no buying me lunch or something like that. I'd rather you just come and sit down with me and have lunch, or you know what I'm saying? That'll help you tell your partner what you need, because maybe you'll understand it better. And so take the quiz. They got a book too. If you want to read the book, you might dive deep into all this. Watch some videos on it. But start with taking the quiz. That is the action I want y'all to take, okay? And I think it might open your eyes up a lot. All right, so the next thing is personal friendships. All right, now what does your higher self's friend group look like versus your friend group? All right, now is there anybody in her friend group is there anybody in your friend group that is not in her friend group? Who did not make the cut to her group, and why? Because you know why. And you need to start working on how you going to deal with that. But write down who it is and why, okay? Now, what red flags has this person given you to make you know or make you see that they're not going to elevate with you? They're not going to make it to the end, okay? You know it in your heart. But write down why. What were the red flags? Be honest. Let it out. Vent it out, because a lot is gonna come from you just venting it out. Okay, being honest with yourself, not just keeping it in your head. She was weird this time. She was weird that time. This day, that day. When you start writing it out and writing down how you truly feel about it, it might really start pouring out, and might change how you move with that person in itself. You may start looking at them totally different in the way of, I was keeping them around for this reason, and that might change to, is it really worth it? Now, me personally, once I find out or I see you for who you are, it's a wrap. And I do not have to tell you. If you being a snake to me, I don't have to tell you I noticed. I just leave. And I'm sorry it caught you off guard. I'm sorry you don't feel like you got an explanation for my walk away. But I caught that shade, baby. I just didn't have to match your energy. I'm not stupid. I saw it. I heard it. You know you was throwing shade, baby. And I caught it. So what's wrong? What's wrong with me stepping away? What's tea? Oh, you thought I just had to take it. Oh, you thought I was going to come down to your level and match your energy. No, I don't have to do that. I'm too classy for that. I'm too good. No, you don't get the luxury of my energy, of me coming down to your level, baby. Why would a queen step down to a peasant? No, I don't address peasants, baby. Move along. And that's how I handled them girls in the call center. That's how I handled a situation I had recently. And that's the best way to move, because they be so confused. They don't understand. They think it's this misunderstanding. They think you're tripping. No, baby, you was tripping when you tried me. And you know who you are. I need you to figure out, as your action item, as well as what are you going to do about removing this person from your circle, because they can't stay. They cannot stay. It's not healthy. It's actually dangerous. It's dangerous for you to have somebody like that around you. You know that person means you no good, but you still got them around. What? Because y'all been friends for 10 years, or since y'all was 5, or because y'all went to college together. Y'all used to be roommates. Y'all family know each other. What's all the excuses girls tell themselves as to why they can't stop being friends with somebody that ain't friends with them? She's not your friend. And it don't have to be some big fallout. Just back away. If you don't have to be like, girl, I just want to let you know I ain't messing with you no more. Like, it don't have to be all that. You can just back away, Start making plans elsewhere, dealing with other people. I told y'all in the other episode, expand your friend group, find some more friends. You don't have to just depend on this person. Like, you can be busy. You don't owe this person an explanation like for your time. I'm busy, girl. I'm busy. Like, I've had somebody in the past feel like I owed them an explanation for getting back cool with somebody they thought I had fell out with. In reality, they had sabotaged the friendship, and I figured it out. But when they was like, I don't know how y'all got back cool anyway. And I was like, it ain't none of your business. Because it ain't. I know you saying that you want to know how we got back cool, but I don't owe you that explanation. You didn't have to try to sabotage the dang on friendship. So, no, I'm not keeping you updated on things. No. I don't owe you that. People think you owe them stuff, and you don't. And don't feel obligated to. That's what you got to walk in, your confidence of knowing you're individual. You grown, baby. You are grown. You came in this world by yourself. You going to leave by yourself. You don't owe nothing to a friend. A friend, I understand giving a significant other respect, but we talking about friends right now. You're my peer. I don't owe you anything. I don't have to explain anything to you. It is what it is. I'm protecting my peace. You do not owe anybody an explanation for removing yourself from toxicity. I've had to do it plenty of times. Like I said, call center, recent, everything. It's serious. You don't owe it to nobody. Just remove yourself. Just remove yourself. And so the next thing I want you to write down is your current friend group. What ways do y'all have fun now? Are these toxic bonds or are they healthy bonds? Do y'all have a good time, you know what I'm saying, together, the healthy way? Or is it something like, and when I say toxic bonds or healthy bonds, I mean like this. Like, I got friends that I can talk about elevating with. We can, watch TV shows. We have a good old regular time, you know what I mean? But there was a time I had a friend that, you got me out in the streets too much. We chilling too hard. Like, it was a good time in the beginning, but now it's like, okay, girl, I'm tired of chilling. I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of going, hanging over here, hanging over there, hanging. I got tired of hanging, okay? And she was doing, a little shady stuff in the mix too. It ain't just hanging. So it was just no productivity, no level up. Nothing beneficial to either one of us in what was going on. So I had to remove myself from that. And naturally, she got offended because everybody can't take when you remove yourself to level yourself up. And like I said, you don't owe anybody an explanation. They're not going to take it well no way, especially if that's not what they own. So your current friend group, are they on some level up stuff like you? Or are they complacent? But okay, are they where they need to be in life and they good and you trying to, get to a place where they are? Are they not where they need to be, but they good where they at and they complacent, Or they on the level up journey like you? Which one is it, okay? And if they are on the level up journey like you, tell them about this podcast, okay? And make sure y'all tune in next month because we are going to be doing we're doing our feedback. Our next month we are doing our reflection on how putting all these things into action have actually changed our life. And I'm going to be dropping my ebook next month. I can't tell you what date, but I am dropping my ebook next month. So make sure you guys tune in for that. It's called The Whole Lotta Woman Blueprint, your guide to becoming your best self. So make sure you tune into that. It's going to be a ebook with a workbook to go along with it. Okay. So thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, beauty, brain, strength, and standards all will make you a whole lot of woman.